I totally agree with us being able to tell our stories as authentically as we need to. And that is why what President John Dramani Mahama has done is so meaningful. My name is Ivy HOLLYS, and I use my voice to tell stories that matter. So let me tell you the story. You know, as humans, there are certain things that we all agree are wrong. Those kind of things. We all agree they are painful, and so they are wrong. But when it comes to other things that happen, like history, some people seem to want to twist the truth, right? Because why is it that the transatlantic trade has never really been declared or accepted to be a crime against humanity up until now? Sometime in September 2025, President John Dramani Mahama went to Anga, that's the United Nations General Assembly, and he said that we need to be able to tell our own stories, right? What he wanted is that the transatlantic trade be declared as the gravest crime against humanity. That's what he wanted. And he told them that he was going to submit a resolution this year to that effect. So he brought together scholars, historians, and people that are knowledgeable, and they put together the resolution. Because over 12 million families were displaced, people sent abroad to go and work. And for us in Ghana, the evidence is actually before us. Cape Coast, Elmina, right? It's all there because Ghana has the highest number of forts and castles that were built during that period. Okay? So the evidence is before us as Ghanaians. But I digress. The vote finally happened. So they said he submitted a resolution, and the vote happened on the 25th of March, 2026. That was just yesterday. And the results, 123 countries said yes, and 3 said no. And you know which country was backed? The United States of America. And then 52 others, they didn't say yes or no, so they are in the middle somewhere. But officially, because 123 countries said yes, it has been recognized as the gravest crime against humanity. And even the UN General Secretary called it a betrayal of human dignity. So that's a step in the right direction. But now that the resolution has happened, what's next? Well, according to what's in the resolution, they want an apology from the countries that did that. And after that, they also want reparations. And if you've been following the story, that's one word you've heard over and over and over again. Reparations, reparations, reparations. So for countries like the UK and the other European countries that abstained from the vote, their concern is, who are those reparations going to go to? They say these are part of the reasons why they abstained, okay? But Okujetua Blakwa, after the votes, came out to say, and even President Mahama, he made it clear that the reparations that they are demanding is not that the countries who perpetrated some of these things should give money to the affected countries. No, they are saying that set up funds in order to help bridge the gap that the transatlantic trade created. So create more opportunities for these people. So aside the apology, they're asking for these funds to be created and some of these things done. For other countries like the United States who voted no, their excuse is that if you say it is the gravest crime, then it looks like you are comparing tragedy. And in their view, suffering should not be ranked. That is what they are saying. But then the resolution is not about getting or siphoning money or getting money from these people. They said it's far from that. All they want is that you set up funds to support those who were affected. That is all that they are saying they want. But then I read something by investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri. I don't know if I'm mentioning that name correctly, pardon me. But he said something really interesting in a piece that he released today, the 26th of March. He said, and I'm quoting, he says, "The descendants of the America, the Caribbean, and elsewhere legitimately deserve reparations, but the African countries whose people captured and sold are accomplices, not victims. I think Manasseh has a point, but then I keep coming back to this question. Even if some Africans played a role in this, does it cancel out the scale of what happened? I don't think it does. Does it erase the fact that millions of lives were and people were permanently displaced? No. Does it make the suffering any less? No. So, how do we pursue justice in a way that recognizes both responsibility and reality? Well, the conversations that are going to happen in the days to come will tell us.